as well record the warm-up as well. We'll record it all. Why not? We're here anyway, we're doing it. Let's spread the love. Tonight it's a ladder circuit, everybody. A very exciting ladder circuit, okay? It's a no strings attached ladder circuit. There's no hidden agendas. There's nothing crazy going on. Can you hear me? Can you see me all right? That light behind me is awfully bright. It's not usually that bright on that thing. Yeah, it's coming across okay. You can hear me? Good. Fantastic. Brilliant. Right, let's do it. Let's get warm. We're all going to get warm together. How exciting. We're only going to do one mobility stretch tonight, just the one, and it's the one that matters, so please make the most of it. We're going to walk out into that full press-up position. We're going to imagine someone's attached a rope to our hips, pulling them up, and then we're going to push back onto those heels. Apologise for the background noise, especially if you're on live. You'll probably hear it more because that's where the microphone is, but that wind is blowing a hoolie out there again, and that shutter door, as a result, is rattling. It's not quite as bad as this morning, though. Right, so we're in this position. We're not just holding it, we're trying to use it. Explore any tightness we may have and try and attack that tightness while we're in it. Okay, so if your hammies, etc., glutes, groin, feeling tight, enhance it. You know how to enhance it. Reach across, grab the opposite leg. Okay, don't hold a half-arse position here. Good, once we've done a bit of that, we're going to drop down with those hips and up through. So we're trying to push ourselves as high as we can, as if we were getting our nose to touch the ceiling. Good, fantastic. Good work, everyone. So we're proactively going for it, trying to take it a wee bit further. Good. So this is not just a hold, okay? This is you trying to go higher and higher and higher, activating all those muscles within the spine, but also decompressing the spine at the same time. From here, we're going to lift back up into that original position. Now, if you want to change your feet as in the width, if you want to go wider, narrower, go ahead, okay? Again, you're looking for tightness. You're trying to address those areas of tightness. And the biggest tip I'll give you, if you're holding a decent position, think about your pelvis. Lift your pelvis up a wee bit, okay? And you'll probably find that you can just enhance the stretch in your hammies just that wee bit more. Good. Get your side twists of the torso in if you like. Good. And then we're dropping back down. One more brief hold. And then we're going dynamic. We're going dynamic straight away. Crazy, I know, but stick with me here. We've got this. Get the nose, get it as high as you can. Push those hands into the ground further and further and further and further. Push through the tiptoes. Your knees, your legs are not on the ground. If they are, you're doing it wrong. From here, lift up. Now really take your time with this one, everyone. Lift those hips up, walk those arms in, keep your legs straight, and I want you to take your time. When you hit that tightness, tuck the chin in, walk through the tightness, address the tightness. Don't just stand up and give in to the tightness. Boom, and just like that, we're mobile and we're ready to go. So we're going to get jogging on the spot. Let's go. Focus on the breathing. Good. Big breath in. Big breath out. And I want you to try and make these shoulders feel nice and heavy. Okay, so we're trying to get 3 big breaths in. And obviously 3 big breaths out. Good, fantastic. So we're thinking about the footwork. Before we start, this is the foundation of what we're about to do. So keep the feet moving. We're trying to get warm. We're trying to get the heart rate up. So please don't get lost in everything we're doing up here and end up doing something half-assed down below. We're jogging on the spot, nice and light on the toes, pulling the knees up, almost like we're doing high knees, but not quite, okay? So I'm actively jogging on the spot. From here, I'm going to start nice, gentle punches forwards, okay? Flick of the finger style punches. My shoulder blades, they're pulled together. My chest is open and proud. Okay, and I'm working from the shoulder joint here. Keep the shoulder blades pulled down and together throughout this whole upper body sequence. And keep that breathing going. Good work, and then up towards the sky, locking out at the top, pulling down. I'll slow it down just to show you, okay? Don't go at the speed I'm going at. Pulling down and punching up. Pulling all the way down. Look at my elbow position. It's coming down underneath my hand. I'm not giving it all this, okay? So keep focusing on that breathing. Keep pulling those elbows down and keep focusing on trying to keep that shoulder girdle nice and stable so we don't want it all shrugging up. Good, and then out to the sides. Again, just keep that breathing going. Keep thinking, feet, knees, pull them up. Good. Out to the side, and then down to the floor. So we're going chest height down, and focus on a pull-up. Focus on pulling up at the same time. Good, so we're giving these shoulders and upper body a good bit of a warm-up. Still wild outside. I don't know if you can hear that. Apologise if you do though. There's nothing I can do about it. Right, chest swings, okay? I'm pulling that invisible resistance band. I'm holding it out and I'm pulling it back, trying to feel the contraction of my upper back and the back of my shoulders. As I'm doing that, I'm actively stretching out the chest and the shoulder muscles at the same time at the front. So I'm getting a bit of a double whammy going on here. So focus on keeping those shoulder blades pulled together. Good, we're trying to mobilise ourselves into the position that we're going to be working in. Okay, so it doesn't work if you're just kind of half-arsely throwing them around, your shoulders are going all over the shop. Good, straight arms, and then remember, if you've got tightness there, which a lot of us will, when we get to about here with the straight arms, either your arms will try and bend or your shoulder girdle will try and lift up and shrug, or both. Okay, when you get to that point, that's where you're trying to fight through it. So if there is tightness present, try and address it rather than letting it win. Okay, so don't let it win. Take your time, concentrate on the movement. And keep that breathing going. From here, jumping jack style arms only, so I'm still moving my feet. Now you're trying to get yourself warm, okay? So if your heart rate's not creeping up, get the feet moving faster, okay? Good. And again, we're keeping those shoulder blades pulled together. So the only thing moving is the shoulder joint itself. Fantastic. Right, shake out the arms, pull the shoulder blades together. What am I talking about? Big shoulder shrugs forwards. Big shoulder shrugs forwards. Better if you just copy me rather than listen to the words coming out of my mouth. Big shrugs, okay? I'm trying to take them as high as I can, push them forward as far as I can, and pull them back as far as I can. Now I'm going to go back the way. So same idea, big circles. This comes from here, comes from the shoulder girdle itself. So we're not waving the arms around. And then finally, to finish off the upper body sequence, it's for neck rotation. So I'm going to stand up tall, shoulder blades pulled together. Keep the shoulders level for this, okay? Don't be tempted to think about taking it to the point where you start pulling your whole body. So I'm going slow with my neck rotations. I want you to do 2 clockwise, 2 anti-clockwise, and take your time, okay? Because for a lot of people, there's a lot of tightness to be found in this. And before we start doing our big dynamic movements, we're jumping around, putting a lot of stress and strain on the neck. We just want to make sure we've got rid of any of that initial stiffness we might be holding in it. So try to keep the shoulders relaxed and level. 2 rotations, nice and controlled. Once you've done that, feel free to get a sip of water, and then we're going to break in to our leg swings, our side swings, and our toe touches. Okay, don't rush them. And most certainly, do not go through the motions. Ideal if you're holding on to something, because it's just going to let you focus on a better swing. You don't have to worry about balance, okay? So hold on to something. When you're swinging this leg, I find myself on repeat, right? It might just help someone out there. Think about the pelvis, okay? We're trying to imagine the pelvis is staying level. It's not swinging all over the shop, and my pelvis is facing forwards the whole time on these front swings. So I'm trying to keep the movement, just like when I'm doing my shoulders, I'm trying to keep the movement in the joint, okay? So in at the hips, I'm feeling that swing, and I'm not rushing them, okay? If you're counting, I would always say do at least 10, but we don't really count. We do it all for feel. So if things are feeling pretty damn tight, especially in the hamstrings and in at the groin, you'll feel it straight away. You can swing that leg and you'll find that it starts to ease off that stiffness. Okay, so stiffness we can get rid of. So if you've done a hard workout, your muscles are sore the next day or even more the day after, you're sitting down, you stand up, and then it's like, oh my God, maybe I'll not bother going down the stairs. Okay, and it can hurt. But rest assured, you can always, as I destroy the place, you can always get rid of that stiffness, okay, and start to move better. The problem is, when people get stiff and sore and tied up tight from exercise, the last thing they want to do is more exercise. The last thing they usually do is want to move around. But it's important we keep ourselves mobile and flexible and we don't seize up. We can seize up from sitting on our arses all day long, okay? But then on the counter side of that, you can seize up from exercise as well. So the reality is, you can't win, okay? Which is why I'm always saying on my mobility classes, it's a constant, never-ending battle with mobility, okay? But the main thing is that you keep fighting it, because the day you don't, or if you don't bother, you'll probably find you've already got a lot of problems that could potentially be easily fixed. Good. So I'm on. Again, you're going at your own pace here, okay? You don't need to pace me. You don't need to copy me. Now, these are done by pushing our hips back and keeping that chest proud. Remember, the aim is not to touch the ground by reaching for the ground. We're trying to push the hips back. Now, that hip hinge movement we're calling here, that hip hinge, is actually quite a highly coordinated movement. It looks simple when you watch someone that knows how to do it, but for you to work out the motor skills to be able to push your hips back without bending your knees, without caving your chest in, takes a good bit of thought, and that's why I'll always recommend, if things don't feel quite right, okay, and it's very robotic, very thought out, and you feel these errors happening, stand side on in a mirror, okay, and just take your time, right? I'm pushing my hips back, well, there goes my knees, right? How do I fix that, right? Push, and you'll start to teach the little cues in your brain that your brain needs to be able to do this movement properly. It's a very important movement. Okay, right, we're done. From here, we're all going to break into our squats. I think it is going to be a sweat fest tonight. It's roasting in here, right? Okay, I'm going to get myself set up for a squat, the perfect squat. So some people, when they feel tight, they just stand a wee bit wider, they point your toes out just that wee bit more to try and compensate for any tightness in the groin, in the ankles, etc. I'm urging you not to do that. So as we do it, we're going to set up feet 11 and 1 o'clock, point out slightly, drive those toes hard into the ground, as in real hard. What do you feel? You feel the arch of your foot start to contract, almost like your foot's coming up like this off the ground. That's what we want, that's stability, and that's what we should be striving for when we're squatting and when we're doing things like our kettlebell swings. Okay, so I'm going to squat down, I'm going to begin pulling my knees apart, I'm going to keep driving my toes into the ground, and I'm going to drop those hips, okay, trying to keep my chest proud. Now, everybody's different. How deep you can squat and how you look when you squat is down to your own personal flexibility and mobility, but also your own biomechanics. So from me side on, I'm a bit taller. You'll often find a taller person looks like they've got much more of a slope on their back, okay? Whereas someone a bit shorter might look a bit more vertical on the torso, okay? So person to person, we all look different at the bottom of our squat, but what dictates the depth of our squat is pretty much down to mobility and flexibility. And where a lot of people struggle with, it's their ankles, okay? Ankles are the biggest contributor to your squat depth, but people don't realize it, okay? And the groin, of course. Shake out if you haven't done so already, and then we're going to go back down again. So if it's very uncomfortable holding that position, that's an alarm bell, okay? Right, I'm pretty damn stiff, I'm pretty damn tight. I need to do mobility overhaul. Okay, right, let's go. So I'm really pulling these knees apart. If you're down here now, a good way to address it even further is to pull the knee away from the elbow, pull the other knee away from the elbow, keep that sequence going, okay? And you can see in here by the groan in my voice, it's not the most pleasant, but what you will feel is your hips start to drop, okay? You start to get a bit more depth. It's a quick hack and a good way just to get a little bit extra mobility into your squat before we start exercising. Right, without further ado, are you ready to go on live? We all good? Yep. Right, let's do it, 30 seconds. Hoot! It's a ladder circuit. It's a ladder circuit. It's a bodyweight ladder circuit, and it's good. If you don't know how to do it, you will, because you just need to listen to me as we go. I'll be dictating what we do. 6 bodyweight exercises tonight. In 15 seconds, we're going to be starting with simple jumping jacks. Okay, simple jumping jacks. Nothing complicated there. We're going to be doing them for 30 seconds, and then when the buzzer goes, we're going to get another 30 seconds rest. It's as simple as that. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. So on these initial jumping jacks, focus on your breathing. The start of this circuit is going to feel easy. It's going to bring you in nice and gentle, and then boom, you're in the depths of it. It feels pretty damn hard, and then boom again, you're done, okay? I really do enjoy a ladder circuit. If you've been doing these classes a while, I'm going to speak for you. Everybody loves a ladder circuit. Good, so I'm focusing on my breathing. Nice dynamic jumping jacks here. So I'm trying to jump out and snap my feet and hands together. Relax, focus on your breathing. Yep, it's just the start for most people. Yep, it feels all right, but you know how this works. It's getting progressively harder. Right, in 20 seconds, we're going to do jumping jacks again, but this time we're going to pick up flutter kicks, which look like this. We're going to lie on our backs, sit in our hands, legs straight and flutter kicks. Look at how high my feet are off the ground, okay? Not that far. Look at my flutters, little small flutters, not this. Okay, stand by for jumping jacks. Go. So if you've not done a ladder circuit before, it's pretty simple, okay? We do exercise 1, then rest, and then we do exercise 1 and then 2, and then rest, then exercise 1, 2, 3, then rest. So we pick up an exercise. Once we've picked up all 6 exercises, we then drop them all off again. So all in all, it's a pretty quick workout, okay? Just focus on the task at hand. Stand by, flutter kicks, down we go, fast. Legs straight, flutter. Now look, I want you to look at your feet. You should be going heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, okay, with straight legs. So it's not a great range of movement. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Really working the lower part of your abs, okay? You're going to feel the core working pretty hard on this. Try to keep your feet, not that far off the ground, to be honest. Again, you can see me. What we don't want is to be way up here. Relax, relax, relax. So for reference, imagine you're just doing that foot hold that we do, that horrible stress position, 6 inches, then flutter. Okay, pretty simple. Right, okay, so this time we're going to mix it up. Crazy, I know. We're going to do seal jacks instead of jumping jacks, which is just, I recommend you start in this position, jump out, jump in, because some people sometimes do it the other way around. Then flutter kicks, and then inchworms with a double press up, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. 3, 2, boom, let's go. So with our seal jacks, bit more concentrated than a jumping jack. I want you to squeeze those shoulder blades together, okay? I want you to feel the upper back. When it doesn't work is when you do this. If you're looking like me right now, flapping those arms around, okay? No good. Pull that resistance band that you don't have, but you can pretend you've got. Pull them apart, squeeze the shoulder blades. Flutter kicks next. When this buzzer goes, you're down like a shot. Stand by, go. Boom, sit in the hands, straight legs, go. You can even start flutter kicking before you're set up correctly. Okay, so let's be quick. I'm seeing some dodgy ones on live. Remember, I want these knees locked out. So as you're doing your flutter kicks, think about pushing your kneecaps down. Okay, and I want the movement, it's coming from the hips, it's coming from the core. If you're doing flutter kicks like this, like you're trying to swim on your back, okay, with these little flutter things like this, you're not really working the core to the same degree. Inchworms, we stand up, walk out, and then 2 press ups. It can be full press ups or on the knees. Stand up, squeeze the butt. So I squat down, walk out, 2 controlled press ups, lift the hips, walk in, stand up, squeeze the butt, okay? Simple. I want your press ups controlled and high quality. 30 seconds rest after this one. So as always, high quality reps. Good, relax, simple. Okay, so reminder, inchworms. We're striving to shoulder width apart, squat down, we're walking out, we do 2 press ups. When I come in, I lift the hips as I bend my knees. So it's kind of like a horizontal squat into, boom, a vertical squat, which leads us on to the next one. Prisoner squat in outs. I want you to jump out, squat down, feet. Happy? We'll talk about it more when the time comes. Jumping jacks. Let's go, jumping jacks. Focus on the breathing. So compared to most ladder circuits, okay, this one's actually all right. In terms of intensity, I'm not saying it's easy, okay, that's not what I'm saying. But I'll live into my word. There is no burpees in sight, right? Okay, so you might enjoy it, or you might be disappointed. Flutter kicks, 3 seconds. Get on your back as quick as you can. Go, boom, down. You can flutter before you even get yourself set up properly. Remember, push the knees down as you lift the feet up. We want to feel that you're working the full leg from the hip, okay? Try to keep these knees straight. Good. 10 seconds. When that buzzer goes, you're going to stand up as quick as you can and you're going to do inchworm double press ups. Try to be fast on the transitions. Go, boom. Think of it as a start gun. If you can drill yourself mentally on these circuits to be fast on the transitions, you'll find you work a hell of a lot harder, whereas a lot of people on the transitions go slow. They use it as an excuse to slow down and catch a breath that they probably don't really need. So next up, everyone, we're going to be doing squats, jumping in and out, prisoner style. Okay, so it's a squat, hands on here, squat, feet in and out, squat, feet in and back out. I'm nice and light on my toes. It's a prisoner squat because I'm keeping these hands on my temples. As a result, as you can see, my shoulder blades are pulled together. Chest is proud. You're going to feel your shoulders getting tired, and that's fine. Focus on the best squats you can do. Good. Catch your breath. Right, so they're controlled. Yes, we're jumping in and out, but our squats are still controlled squats all the way down, in and out, okay? Prisoner style. Next exercise that we pick up is a plank jack. Jump out, jump in. Jump out, jump in. Simple as that. Let's go back to seal jacks. Stand by, seal jacks. Arms out. You ready? Let's go. So we're flying through this. Okay, this is the 5th run through. 5 exercises. And then we've only got one after that. And it's back down the ladder. Keep working hard. Keep focusing on each exercise, not what you've still got to do. Do the seal jacks like it's the only exercise you've got left. Flutter kicks next. Go, I'm down, fast as I can. Straight legs, flutter kicks. So this exercise is easy on the heart and lungs, so use it to your advantage. Focus on your breathing. Get the heart rate back under control. And try not to quit until that buzzer goes. Next exercise, inchworm. Double press ups. Quick as you can. When that buzzer goes, get up fast as you can. Walk out. First 2 press ups, nice and controlled. Back to the start. And remember, each time you stand up, squeeze the glutes hard. Okay, so we stand up, we squeeze the glutes. Try to develop that muscle memory that you're going to pass into things like your squats, your kettlebell swings, so that it becomes second nature to us. Squatting out's next, okay? Hands on temples, I'm up. Hands on temples, feet together, jump out into a squat, and then up. Nice and light on the toes. Try to keep these arms up high, elbows out to the side, shoulder blades pulled together. Okay, what you're going to have to really do here is drive your toes hard into the ground. Otherwise you'll look at this. Okay, if you feel yourself going forward, make sure you're really pulling those knees apart. Plank jacks next. Full press up position, jump out, jump in. This is about control. This is a core exercise, okay? So what you mustn't do is lift your hips up. If you look like me, you're doing it wrong. Get those hips down. You're holding the perfect full press up position, and as you move, jumping the feet in and out, you're going to feel your hips trying to lift and drop. That's what you're trying to control here. Keep the core tight. Good. Fantastic. So keep the core tight on that one. Again, if you watch me now, this is what we're after. Minimal movement in the core. This is not what we're after. And this is an injury waiting to happen. Okay? Stand up. Finally, we'll wait for the number 6. Okay? I'll keep it a surprise just to keep you entertained. Right? We're going to do jumping jack shuffles now. So imagine flutter kicks stood up. Okay? Get going. Let's do them now. Go. So this is what a jumping jack shuffle looks like. It's like a flutter kick. My knees are soft and I'm waving these hands about. Top tip, don't think about it. Otherwise you'll be going, All I'm trying to do here, flap my arms like a bird. Okay? Flap your arms like a bird. You're trying to get your heart rate up. If your heart rate's climbing up, you're fine, okay? What we're not after is this big graceful one. Fast. Flutter kicks, down we go. Lying flat, straight legs. Let's be quick on these transitions. Good, everyone. That's what we're after. Nice and quick. So start thinking, next exercise now. What is it? Inchworm. double press up. Right, challenge yourself. See when this buzzer goes, get up as fast as you can and bash out the first rep. Get that done. That's your challenge. Quick to your feet, first rep, straight into it, go. Do it. Drill it in your head. Make it happen. And you'll save yourself any time, because if you stop and think about it, and stop and think about needing a breath, stop and think about struggling, okay, that's just going to repeat throughout the rest of the set. Plank jacks next, everyone. Plank jacks. Wait for the buzzer. Good, there we are. Let's go. Out and in. Out and in. Keep the control there. Speed it up by all means, but only if you're doing it right. You should feel the core, and that includes the lower back, working on this one. Jump out as far as you can, jump into your feet together, keep the core tight. When that buzzer goes, high knees, everyone. I want you stood up, high knees, okay? Quick as you can, go. So I'm up. High knees is just simply jogging on the spot, but trying to get my knee. Come on. Good. Right, so high knees, I want you focusing on the height of your knees rather than the speed. I want you to go as fast as you can, but I want you to get your knees as high as you can first, and then maintain that height. Drive the arms, and what I want you to think about is pulling the knee high. Feel it work your core. Nice and light, relax. So this is where, if I can catch my breath, this is where the circuit starts to get quite intense in terms of cardio, okay? Because we're always going to be ending now on high knees. So we're dropping a circuit, an exercise off each time now. We go back down the ladder. So the end is in sight. No more jumping jacks. Flutter kicks in 5 seconds. So let's go, let's get down. Go, flutter kicks. So the ladder circuit, most people normally think you drop off the last exercise. But when you think about it, that means we'd only get to do it once. And while that might be quite a nice thing, nope, we ain't doing that tonight. So because we're always ending on high knees now, you're going to find your heart rate is creeping up. Each run through is getting shorter and shorter. Inchworm double press up, same again. Get up to your feet, and when this buzzer go fast, up, walk out, press up 1, press up 2, and get in, squeeze the butt. So when you're doing inchworms, remember what I said, you're squatting down and you're squatting back up. So keep your feet shoulder width apart. Plank jacks next, everyone. Oh no, no, it's not. Oh no, it's not. God almighty, I've not had my Weetabix. Right, you know what it is. Let's go for it. Prisoner squats. I bet you some of you didn't even realise as well. I was wondering why someone was doing that last round. Good. So prisoner squats. We missed them on the last run through. And don't worry, we'll make up for it. Good. Plank jacks next. Good, let's do it. We're out, feet together, feet out. And now, and now I come to think of it, I think we missed it on the last run through as well, didn't we? Good work. Keep going. High knees after this, quick as you can. Keep the core tight. Keep squeezing the core. Good. Let's go for it. High knees. Straight away. Knees up. Drive the arms. So when you're doing these, everyone, I want you to think about the feet. Try not to land flat-footed. Try to land on the ball of the foot and the toes. Absorb that impact at the ankle rather than shooting it all the way up. Okay, if you're landing flat-footed and very heavy, sending all that shock up. Walk around, catch your breath. Good work. Fantastic. I know some people have stood there So disappointed in me that I missed those prisoner squats out. Right, this run through, no more flutter kicks. So we're going to be starting on inchworm double press ups in 3 seconds. This is the point in the circuit, let's go. Inchworm, double press ups. This is the point in the circuit where you might be struggling. Okay, you might be struggling. A bit like me right now. And that's what I say to you, dig deep, keep working as hard as you can, because it's nearly over. It just doesn't feel like it. So next up is your prisoner squat in and outs. Yes, I got it right. Go. Feet together, hands on temples, jump out, jump in. Think about your squat mechanics here. Drive the toes, pull the knees apart. If your squats aren't great, slow the squats down. In and out, slow the squats down. If your squats are pretty decent, let it flow. What I don't want you doing is building in bad movement patterns and errors by doing this. If it's making a mess of your squat. Plank jacks next. Here we go. Full press up position, feet together, knees together, jump out, jump in. So plank jacks again, just like the plank, they're tough exercises. Some people find them real easy, and usually it's because you're not doing it quite so right. So make sure those hips aren't lifting up too high, and you should feel the core working as you're doing every rep, lower back especially. High knees, up on your feet. Let's go. Drive, drive, drive. Let's get those knees up. If you're struggling to breathe right now, listen to me. It's normal. I want you to push through it. I want you to keep driving. I don't want you to give in. You've got 30 seconds rest after this. Let's go, come on. Your rest, you earned it. Walk around. Good work. Right, okay. So now we're on to prisoner squats. No more inchworm double press ups, they are gone. So 3 exercises, then 2, then 1. You see what I mean? We're nearly done. So dig deep, especially on those high knees. Dig deep. Prisoner squats, go. Hands on temples, chest proud, shoulder blades pulled together. Reason for that is, for those who struggle and end up looking like this, okay, they struggle to keep their chest proud, it's going to encourage you to help keep that chest proud as you descend into the squat. Plank jacks next. Keep working to the buzzer. Plank jacks, let's do it. Full press up position, feet together, knees together. Jump out, jump in. Always keeping tension on that core. Your lower back has to work hard to stop your hips dipping. So make sure it is. Now if you find this particularly difficult and you can only do a few reps and then you need to stop, that's so much better than going reverting to crap reps. High knees, let's go. Remember what I said, buzzer goes, drill your head, get straight up into it without thinking. Thinking is the enemy here. Just keep throwing yourself at it. Keep working hard. Good. 5 seconds. Get these knees up, come on. Good. Focus on your breathing. Like I said, just because there's no burpees in this circuit tonight, which there usually is in a ladder circuit, some people are probably wishing there was. So I want you struggling, should be at this point struggling to breathe. Okay, if you're not, push those high knees harder. Right, plank jacks now. 2 exercises. 5 seconds, let's get into the position. Let's do the best plank jacks. Go. When you're in these, try to focus on your breathing. Get yourself prepared for high knees. Tell yourself, right, and that buzzer goes, going to jump up and get my first high knee done. And I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to pause for a quick breather. I'm just going to go and blindly throw myself at it without any thought. Go up, high knee, come on. That's it, drive the arms. Get the knees up. Good. Drive it, work it hard. Now that's down to you, okay? That's down to you. And yes, I'm talking to you, every single person at home. It's down to you to push it hard. You're in your own environment. It might be comfortable. Let's make it uncomfortable for this circuit. You need to do that. Go, relax. So it takes discipline to be able to push yourself hard. Yes, this might help your accountability. Okay, maybe it helps following along live to keep you going. But when it starts hurting and you start getting tired, I can't help you. That's down to you. You need to dig deep into your own reserves. Right, high knees, stand by. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Same again. Last time you're doing these, so why not? Why not push yourself to the limit? Regardless of your fitness, if you're giving this 100%, you can't ask anymore. You know in your head right now, at this moment in time, if you're hurting, whether you are or not. Don't talk yourself down, talk yourself up. Push it hard, work it hard. In 3 seconds, you may have thought we were getting away with it, but we're not. Prisoner, squat, jump in and out. Yes, it was my fault we missed them out. But we're in this one together. Don't look so puzzled, let's go. I've done them. Let's go, push it hard. Finished after this, come on. What better way to end it? Take 60 seconds, I want you to walk around. As you're walking around, whether it's on the spot or whether it's around your country estate, I want you to focus on your breathing. If you're feeling like you're working at 100 right now, the worst possible thing you can do is stop working. Keep moving around. Focus on your breathing. If you're really struggling to breathe, that might feel horrible. That might feel horrible for the first few breaths when you're taking your big breaths in and out. But after 2 or 3, you start to get in a rhythm. Okay? Problem is, heart rate's high and you're hyperventilating. It's going to keep your heart rate up. Okay? And it's not going to put you in a good place.